Coming up next, it's Greenspun and Silvestri. This is Junior Varsity Quiz. Hello and welcome. The 50th anniversary season of Varsity Quiz continues now with Junior Varsity Quiz. I'm your host, Nathan Tannenbaum. Now, back in March, 33 middle school and junior high school teams competed in a one-day tournament at Harney Middle School, with the 4 top teams from that day earning spots here in the semifinals. Now, the winner of tonight's match moves on to the 2019 JVQ Championship match right here on Vegas PBS. Let's go ahead and meet our players, starting with Greenspun. We'll say hello to Porter. Hi, Porter.
Hi.
Ivana. Ryland.
Hello.
And Tanner.
Hi.
Thank you very much. Now let's meet our players for Silvestri. We start with Colby. Hi, Colby.
Hello.
Cassandra.
Hi.
Anthony. And Marie. So there are 25 questions in this first round, with each correct answer worth 5 points. A reminder, students, while the microphones can hear you and the control room can hear you, what's most important is that you speak loudly enough for the judges to hear you. If they can't hear you, the words that might be coming out of your mouth might be the correct answer, but if the judges can't hear you, it could be called an incorrect answer. So remember, back in elementary school, you're on the playground, use your playground voice. And please wait until you are recognized before answering. Ready? Let's play Junior Varsity Quiz. Lake Carba is behind the Carba Dam on the Zambezi River. Lake Mead is behind the Hoover Dam on the Colorado River. What is the term for these kinds of lakes? Greenspun, Ryland?
Reservoir?
Yes, that's correct. Next question. In 1775, what legislative body created the American Continental Navy and named the first 4 captains to this new service? Greenspun, Tanner?
The Continental Congress?
Yes, that's correct. In 2018, officials in what U.S. state mistakenly notified its citizens of an impending... Silvestri, Cassandra?
Hawaii.
Yes, a little bit louder next time, Cassandra. What surfaces on the trailing edges of airplane wings extend downward to... And that'll be Greenspun, Ryland?
Flaps?
Yes. The monkey's paw, the gift of the Magi, and an occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge are what kind of fictional works? Greenspun, Ryland?
Horror stories?
Incorrect. Silvestri, Cassandra?
Allegories.
No? And a little bit louder next time, Cassandra. We were looking for short stories. Next question. Which kind of triangle has the greatest number of axes of symmetry? Greenspun, Ryland?
Equilateral?
Yes. Next question. If a Sagan were a metric unit of measure that equals 1 billion stars, what would the corresponding metric name be for 10 million stars? Greenspun, Ryland?
A decasagon?
I think we can accept that. Yes. Although authorized by the Constitution to do so, what member of the executive branch of the United States government rarely presides over the Senate? Greenspun, Tanner?
The President?
Incorrect. Silvestri, Marie?
The Vice President.
Yes. Next question. What mineral-rich and overly salty sea is located in the Great Rift Valley? Greenspun, Ryland?
Caspian Sea?
Incorrect. Between Silvestri, Cassandra?
The Dead Sea.
Yes. Are we out of time? Oh, we were just testing the buzzer. Cassandra, you're doing great, but please, a little bit louder because you might get called an incorrect answer. Next question. What objects used in the conduct of trade and commerce are produced in federal facilities in Philadelphia, San Francisco, Denver, and West Point? Greenspun, Ryland?
Dollar bills?
Incorrect. Now time, we were looking for coins. You guys use coins anymore? Next question. What form of wordplay is used in the following lines? If we got rid of all the margarine, the world would be a butter place. And a... Silvestri, Colby?
Pun.
Yeah, can I do the other one? A fake noodle is an impasta. Thank you. Of the nearly 83% of energy consumed in the U.S. in recent years, 37% has come from petroleum, 25% from natural gas, and from what other source? Greenspun, Ivana?
Coal.
Yes. Nice, good answer, loud. I like that, Ivana. What name is missing in this text of the world's first telephone transmission? Mr. Blank, come here. Greenspun, Ivana.
Watson.
Yes. In March 2019, 50 people were charged in a Justice Department investigation dubbed Operation Blank that uncovered a huge college admissions scandal. You guys aren't thinking about college yet? It's Varsity Blues. Next question. What aircraft that blew up in 1936 in New Jersey was 800 feet in length and had a volume of more than 7 million cubic feet? Greenspun, Ryland?
A Boeing 747.
No? Silvestri, Anthony?
Apollo 1.
No, look it up in Google. Hindenburg. Next question. When there is sufficient pressure in an aquifer, water may be forced upward to the surface in Greenspun, Tanner?
Geyser.
No, in what kind of well that requires no pump? Time, we were looking for artesian well. No answer, we move to the next question. The invention of money gave birth to what crime? Silvestri, Cassandra?
Fraud.
I don't know if we can accept that, no? That's incorrect. Greenspun, Ivana?
Robbery.
No, we were looking for forgery or counterfeiting. Next question. Medieval kings claimed their royal and political legitimacy by what they called God's mandate, otherwise known as what right? Greenspun, Tanner?
Divine right.
Yes. Now we have a calculation question. If you're paying 20 cents per kilowatt hour, what does it cost to keep a 100-watt light bulb burning for 8 hours? Repeating, you're paying a Greenspun, Ryland?
16 cents.
Yes, sir. We'll move along. What kind of farming permits and encourages the use of compost, green manure, bone meal, crop rotation, and natural soil amendments, but prohibits nanomaterials, plant growth regulators, genetically modified plants, hormones, synthetic fertilizers, and pesticides? Greenspun, Ivana?
Organic.
Yes. What broad classification of energy is illustrated by radiant energy from the sun, sound, Greenspun, Ryland?
Electromagnetic.
No, lightning and motion. Silvestri, Colby?
Waves.
No, we're looking for kinetic energy. I think you're on the right track, though. Okay, for verbs ending in a consonant followed by an E, you should do what before adding ing? Silvestri, Colby?
Remove the E.
Yes, sir. When pioneer children in one-room schoolhouses had no paper to write on, they used what? Greenspun, Porter?
A slate.
Yes. Depicted in bronze in a fountain in San Francisco's Presidio is what movie character known as the old and possibly wisest Jedi Master in the universe? Greenspun, Ryland?
Yoda.
Correct you are. They may last from a few days to a few months. Their diameters may range from 10 to 100,000 miles. Name these dark areas. Silvestri, Colby?
Sunspot.
Yes. Well, we've come to the end of round one. But before we move on, we want to learn a little bit more about our players. And we'll start with the kids from Greenspun. We have 8th grader Porter. Hi, Porter.
Hi.
You having fun here on Junior Varsity Quiz?
Yep.
I understand you play a couple of different musical instruments. What are they?
I play guitar and I play piano.
And
Dabble a little bit at ukulele, not really.
Oh, okay. Do you have a favorite amongst those?
Guitar, definitely.
All right.
Best instrument.
Do you write your own music?
No,
Not
little
yet?
bit. Not little bit. Not
All
really.
right. Thank you, Porter, and good luck with the music, and good luck on Junior Varsity Quiz. Here's 7th grader Ivana. Hi, Ivana.
Hi.
Nice to see you. It says here there's a specific type of food that you're a big fan of. What would that be?
I love pita bread.
Okay. But you can't live just on pita bread.
No, you cannot. I've learned that.
Otherwise, you'd give it a try.
Yes.
Well, good luck with the pita bread, and good luck on Junior Varsity Quiz. Thank you, Ivana. Here's 8th grader Ryland. Hey, Ryland.
Hello.
So I understand that you have not always lived in the United States.
No, I have not.
Where did you used to live?
I used to live in England. I've spent 6 years total living there.
Younger, more current?
I spent 3 years from when I was like 1 to 4, and 3 years ago I was living in England.
Then you went back. Well, do you have a preference? You like the U.S. or you like England?
I prefer the U.S.
All right. Well, good luck here on Varsity Quiz, Ryland.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Here's the 8th grader, Tanner. Hey, Tanner.
Hi.
So did you remember writing an interesting fact about you? Do you remember what you wrote?
Well, I do play the piano and the trumpet.
Yeah, that's not what you wrote. You know what you wrote? You ready? Unless somebody is forging your little bio card here, Tanner. It says that you wrote, "I'm cool." Did you write that?
I might have.
Well, you are cool, Tanner. You're all good.
Thank
Hey, good luck with the music, and good luck with being cool, and good luck on Junior Varsity Quiz. How about a hand for the kids from Greenspun? All right, let's meet our players now from Silvestri. We'll start with 8th grader Colby. Hey, Colby.
Hello.
So this is not your first go-around with Junior Varsity Quiz.
No, it's not. I was actually in Junior Varsity Quiz last year in 7th grade.
And you came back for more.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, good luck, and thanks for being here. Here's 8th grader Cassandra. Hi, Cassandra.
Hi.
Don't mean to be hollering at you about hollering, but we wanted to make sure that we can hear you. I understand that you have been to several countries around the world. How many?
I think 7.
Can you name them?
South Korea, Indonesia, Singapore, China, Japan, U.S. I don't remember the
Oh, don't worry about it. There will not be a quiz on this later. Cassandra, I've been to Pahrump. Thank you. But keep on traveling if you enjoyed the traveling.
Yeah.
All right, and good luck here on Junior Varsity Quiz. Here's 7th grader, oh, I forgot Anthony. 7th grader Anthony. Hi, Anthony.
Hey.
Good to see you here. I understand that you do a couple of different sports.
Yeah, I play soccer mainly, but I play basketball outside with my friends most of the time.
Do you play competitive soccer?
Yes, I've been playing for 10 years.
Excellent. Do you have a team that you play for?
I play for downtown Las Vegas Soccer Club.
Awesome. How's that going?
Good. I mean, we just beat the fourth team in the state.
Hello. Well, keep up the soccer, and good luck here on Junior Varsity Quiz. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
And here we have 7th grader Marie. Hi, Marie.
Hello.
It's good to have you here. Understand that you have a couple of little hobbies that you like to do. What would that be?
Well, I like to draw, listen to music, and when I'm bored, I just go on YouTube, or the YouTubes.
The YouTubes. There you go. So on this doodling, is it pen, pencil, crayon, whatever?
Usually pen, pencil.
Yeah? Well, good luck with the drawing, and good luck on Junior Varsity Quiz. Let's give it up for the kids from Silvestri. And our bonus round is coming up. Moving into round 2, the score Greenspun 60, Silvestri 30. Before we get going, we have all the players are the same on Greenspun, but for Silvestri, we have one new player. We say hello to Lily. Hi, Lily.
Hi.
Good to see you here. Okay, so in the bonus round, each of 10 possible questions is worth 5 points. Team with the correct answer gets 2 bonus questions, each also worth 5 points. Now here, team conferring is permitted on those bonus questions, and we'll give you 10 seconds before we ask for the captain's response. This round is timed at 6 minutes, and time starts when I read this first question. Dubai Miracle Garden and the Kew Gardens in London are reminiscent of what wonder of the ancient... That'll be Greenspun, Tanner.
The Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Yes, bonus questions now for Greenspun only. Answer the following associated with plants. First, what horticultural process is used to grow peaches, plums, and nectarines on a single tree? Second, what part of a sugar beet plant contains a high concentration of sucrose?
Sugar's not.
Captain.
First, grafting. Second, the flush.
Grafting is correct. The second, we needed root or taproot. So you get some bonus points. And now this question for both teams. The land in America that was known in the late 18th century as the Northwest Territory was located north and west of what mountain system? Greenspun, Ryland.
The Appalachian Mountains.
Yes, bonus questions now for Greenspun only. Answer the following associated with the Appalachian Mountains. First, the Wilderness Road, opened by Daniel Boone, crossed what mountain range of the Appalachians? Second, name the road located in the Appalachian Mountains that was the first federally funded highway. Captain?
First, the Cascade Mountains. Second, Route 1.
Both are incorrect. We're looking for the Allegheny Mountains and the Cumberland Road or the National Road. So no bonus points. We move on to this question for both teams. Name either figure of speech used in this line from the Red Badge of Courage. In the eastern sky, there was a yellow patch like a rug. Silvestri, Colby?
Simile.
Yes. Bonus questions now for Silvestri only. Answer the following associated with words. First, what kind of special word is illustrated in this line? She did not object to the object. Second, what term for a sovereign was derived from a Greek prefix meaning one and the verb archine meaning to rule?
The first one is homonym. Does anybody know the second one?
I'm not sure. Let's do the second one.
The second one? Or should we say the second?
Captain?
Okay, the first answer, homonym. Second answer, Roman numerals.
I believe those are both incorrect. We needed homograph for the first one, and the second answer is monarch. So no bonus questions. We move to this question now for both teams. What term for the smallest structural unit of an organism comes from a Latin term meaning chamber or small room? Greenspun, Ivana.
Cell.
Yes, bonus questions for Greenspun only. Answer the following associated with cells. First, with rare exceptions, all living multicellular animals exhibit what kind of symmetry? Second, what complex insoluble carbohydrate is the main constituent of the cell wall in most plants? Captain.
For the first one, asymmetry. For the second one, glucose.
Both are incorrect. We needed bilateral and cellulose. And speak up a little bit, Ryland. We're having a little trouble hearing you. So no bonus points. Here's the next question for both teams. Calculation question. What is the fewest number of pizzas that a group of 21 people would have to buy for each of them to have 3/8 of a pizza? Repeating, fewest number of pizzas that a group of 21 people would have to buy for each of them to have 3/8 of a pizza. And that'll be Silvestri. Lily?
8 pizzas.
Yes. Bonus questions now for Silvestri only. Answer the following associated calculation questions. First, a model Beechcraft Bonanza flies 600 meters in 2.5 minutes. In meters per second, what is its average speed? Second, what is the cube root of -216? Repeating, a model Beechcraft Bonanza flies 600 meters in 2.5 minutes. In meters per second, what's its average speed? Second, what is the cube root of -216?
First one, does anybody have it? Please come on. I don't know.
Captain.
The first answer, 1,200 meters per second, and the second one, -6.
-6 is correct. We needed 4 meters per second. So you get some bonus points there. And this question for both teams. What lunar impact crater is named for the Portuguese explorer credited as being the first European to sail to India? Greenspun, Ryland.
Columbus crater.
Incorrect. Silvestri, Lily?
The Christopher Columbus crater?
No, we're looking for Vasco da Gama. Next question. What is sometimes called the rusty planet? Greenspun, Tanner.
Mars.
Yes, bonus questions now for Greenspun only. Answer the following associated with planets. First, in 1966, the Soviet probe Venera 3 crashed into the second planet from the sun. Name that planet. Second, in 2018, NASA scientists announced that organic molecules had been found on the surface of Mars by a technologically advanced rover that landed there in 2012. A synonym for inquisitiveness, name the rover.
First, Venus. Second, Curiosity.
Both are correct. You got bonus points, and we're out of time. So that is the end of the second round. You know, our junior varsity quiz coaches work with the students week after week, putting in a lot of time and effort, making junior varsity quiz a success. We'd like to meet the coaches of our semifinalists. For Greenspun Junior High School, Jeannie Schlatter. For Silvestri Junior High, the coach, Julia Heater. Our judges are from the Kiwanis Club of Las Vegas and the Clark County School District. You know, the Kiwanis Club of Las Vegas and teachers from around the district also provided judges and moderators for that JVQ tournament we talked about back in March. And a special thanks to everyone who helps out in the administration of Junior Varsity Quiz and to Vegas PBS. While we're at it, how about a quick shout out to the other teachers and parents of these fine young men and women, the volunteers who helped make Junior Varsity Quiz a success. The speed round coming up. Going into round 3, the score, Greenspun 95, Silvestri 45. You know, anything can happen in this speed round. Before we get started, Greenspun remains absolutely the same, keeping the same players they've had all game long. We have one new player and one returning player for Silvestri. We welcome back Marie. Welcome back.
Yeah.
And we say hello to Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
Good luck here on Junior Varsity Quiz. So in this speed round, there are 30 questions. The correct answer worth 5 points. This is also a timed round at 6 minutes, so we get to as many questions as we can. If we get all 30 in before the 6 minutes is up, obviously the match would be over after that 30th response. Are you guys ready? Let's do the speed round. The highest point of an ocean wave is called its Greenspun, Tanner.
Crest?
Yes. If you're going back to square one, you're going back to what board? Silvestri, Marie?
Drawing.
Yes. With both hyperopia and myopia, images are not properly focused on what part of the eyeball? Greenspun, Tanner?
The retina?
Yes. What's the term for anything purchased with the hope that it'll become more valuable at a future date? Greenspun, Porter?
Investment?
Yes, sir. During what colonial war did the British first occupy Quebec and Montreal? Greenspun, Ivana?
The War of 1812.
Incorrect. Silvestri, Jackie?
French Indian War.
Yes, we would also take in the 7 Years' War. Name either of the 2 most important rivers of ancient China. Greenspun, Ivana?
Yangtze and Yellow River.
Yes. Name the main antagonist in Dodie Smith's book, The 101 Dalmatians. Silvestri, Jackie?
Cruella de Vil.
Oh boy, you gotta, shoot. Next question, what kind of skeletons do insects have? Greenspun, Ryland?
Exoskeleton?
That's the ones. What lines on globes and world maps are, Greenspun, Ryland?
Contour lines?
Nope. Are Silvestri, Jackie?
Latitude, longitude.
Well, that's incorrect because I didn't get to finish the question. We were asking for what lines are parallel, and you gave 2 answers when all we needed was latitude, so that's incorrect, and we move on. What common expression means that something gained without difficulty is also lost readily? Greenspun, Ryland?
You can't eat your cake and have it too?
No, I like that one, though. Time, we're looking for easy come, easy go. Next question. Medically speaking, what can be donated by a universal donor? Greenspun, Tanner?
Blood?
That is correct, the O-type specifically. On what continent is the world's largest desert ecosystem? Greenspun, Ryland?
Antarctica?
Yes. What kind of wound immediately results from the bite of a viper? Greenspun, Porter?
Puncture wound?
Yes. What cardinal direction is indicated by the prefix austro? Silvestri, Colby?
North.
Incorrect. Greenspun, Ryland?
West?
No, it was south. What audible phenomenon results from a shock wave created in the air from the sudden, Silvestri, Jackie?
Sonic boom.
No, from the sudden thermal expansion of plasma. Oh, it's the Imagine Dragons song, Thunder. What ancient civilization introduced literary forms, including epics, lyric poetry, comedy? That'll be Silvestri, Jackie?
Greece.
Yes. What simple machine is incorporated in staples used to keep things together, or in shovels? Greenspun, Ryland?
Lever?
No, to separate objects into parts. We're looking for the wedge. Next question. Name the enormous palace built by an emperor of the Ming Dynasty in the heart of Beijing. Greenspun, Porter?
Forbidden City?
Yes. What huge masses of ice caused hanging valleys to form? Silvestri, Colby?
Glacier.
Yes, sir. Endangered species are those on the verge of what? Silvestri, Colby?
Extinction.
Correct. Next up is a calculation question, although we don't repeat them in the third round. What is the mean proportional in this equation? 300 over x equals x over 1200. Greenspun, Ryland?
900.
Incorrect. Silvestri, Colby?
The square root of 3,600.
I wish. I've got 600 as the answer. Next question. What country is closest to the southern tip of India? Greenspun, Tanner?
Australia.
Incorrect. Silvestri, Jackie?
Sri Lanka.
Yes. What American national legislative body has 1/3 of its members up for election every 2 years? Greenspun, Ivana?
House of Representatives.
Incorrect. Silvestri, Lily?
The Senate.
Yes. What adjective applies to any waste with properties that make it capable of harming human health? Greenspun, Ryland?
Biohazard.
Incorrect. Silvestri, Colby?
Non-biodegradable.
No, we're looking for hazardous. Next question. In a novel by Catherine Patterson, Jesse Aarons and Leslie Burke create what magical forest kingdom? Greenspun, Porter?
Utopia?
No. Silvestri, Marie?
Terabithia.
Yes. Combustion's a major class of chemical reactions commonly referred to as what? Greenspun, Tanner?
Explosions.
I don't think we can take that. No. Silvestri, Jackie?
Combustions.
No, we're looking for burning. In what century did cartographers first separate the continents of America and Asia by an ocean? Greenspun, Ryland?
The 16th century.
Yes. What's the measure of the acute angle in a 3, 4, 5 right triangle? Silvestri, Colby?
30 degrees.
Yes, sir. In the novel Freaky Friday, where does Annabelle Andrews find herself when she awakens one Friday morning? Greenspun, Tanner?
In her mother's body.
Yeah, isn't that a goofy book and movie? Yeah. What continent has the greatest extent of savanna biomes? Greenspun, Ryland?
Africa.
Yes. And that's time. Let's find out who won. The final score, Greenspun with 155 points to Silvestri's 95. Thank you to both teams for an excellent match. Congratulations to Greenspun. They'll be meeting the winner of the next match between Rogich and Miller Middle Schools for the title JVQ champion. Tune in next Monday at 7:30 for more Junior Varsity Quiz on Vegas PBS. Good night.